This week on Monday Show number 9, we'll be talking about camera and industry-related news, as well as new content on the website.
And also we're going to be talking about taking pictures on vacation.
Stay tuned for the whole episode. This is the Monday Show number 9. Welcome back for another Monday Show, the 9th Monday Show. My name is Joe.
And I'm Mike.
And this is the Monday Show for MetroPhotog.com. Our regularly scheduled Monday show this week is going to be a little late, and last week we didn't do one, but we're right back in action. Our schedule's always crazy, so we try to get these done when we can. This past week has been crazy for Canon. Not so much crazy, but they've refreshed their Rebel or lower lineup with the new T5i and the SL1, which is pretty nice, and a new 18 to 55 IS STM lens, which is really nice because now for the lower end camera, the T5i, you're going to have continuous AF in video mode from the T4i, but you're going to have that kit lens, the 18 to 55, to support that new STM, the stepping motor technology, which will help you do it faster, quieter, and easier, a little more gentle when you're in video mode, which anybody knows that has a nifty 50 and they try to do that AF during video, all you hear is clunking and you see the camera shaking in and out, which is no fun. So that's really nice to see that. The T5i, not a huge departure from the T4i, not a huge upgrade. I think we saw a dual cross type sensor now in the center and a little bit of a speed bump, a little more frames per second, the continuous burst. But other than that, more software changes than hardware changes, and I think we're meant to expect that.
Yeah, I mean, it's due to be updated eventually. I mean, speed is always a problem.
And what we've seen historically too is that from the 7D, it trickles down to the double XD and then to the triple XD, which is the T5i line, the 700D line. So I think we're going to see a 7D Mark II first, a new 7D under that maybe, and then this technology will trickle itself into the T6i. The other big thing that Canon announced was the SL1. And I know Mike wasn't a big fan when he first heard about it, but I am a huge fan. I'm going to tell you for one reason. It's not going to be because of the specs right now, but the potential that this market has. The mini DSLR. And I don't know about you, I can't stand mirrorless cameras. I don't like them. I don't like the EVFs. I don't like the slow phase detection autofocus. It's because of what I take pictures of and what I like to use it for. But the SL1 represents a mini DSLR, full DSLR.
I can not compare, but I can go against you in this because I believe that, I don't believe in mirrorless cameras, but I do like them in some way. I mean, they are small, compact cameras which are easily like to carry around and a lot lighter to maneuver with. But the SL1 is a nice camera, I'm not going to lie. It does have an EF mount, which is really nice. You get to use all your lenses. It's just not really my thing. I mean, I would rather see a more retro-looking camera because that's what I'm into. But okay, yeah.
And I think what you're seeing from Canon right now is kind of like Intel's TikTok timeline, where they make new technology and then they shrink it, and they make new technology and they shrink it again. They just make new technology and shrink it, and before you know it, Intel went from 90 nanometer process now down to a 22 nanometer process, which is huge, and you have to take those steps. So I think what you see Canon doing right now is in this generation of the Rebel lines, they didn't take the time to make it any better spec-wise, speed or the image sensor. You still have the same properties there, but they took the time to shrink it, and I think that is going to be huge because maybe the Rebel line, the SL1 is the future of the Rebel line.
Maybe. I mean, if it is, that's not really my favorite thing because I like holding a bigger camera. That's just me.
Yeah, that's true too. I do like my bigger camera, and I loved when I rented the 1D series. I love the 5D series. The 7D has a great form factor. So we like bigger cameras, but there is still that market that likes the smaller camera, and I think this is a big promise for it. They both have touchscreens. I love the new touchscreen. You're not obligated to use it, but it's there, and I like that. So a couple of big announcements from Canon. Hopefully we see more of the same coming out in the future. We have NAB coming up. I know we're going to see some more Cine cameras and lenses come out for there, and hopefully during the summertime we see 7D Mark II.
Be exciting.
So the website.
Some website-related news that we have is the Washington, D.C. experience video is coming out pretty soon, which is really exciting for us, which is our first documentary-type film. Also, we have the Rokinon 8mm fisheye review video is coming pretty soon. I'll be doing that. That should be out pretty much by the end of the week. Also, we have the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition set of videos that is, once we use it more, we'll we'll get a review out there for you.
Yeah, if you remember, we unboxed and first look at the Rokinon. Same thing with the GoPro. Now that we've had some time to use them, get more accessories for them and really start to actually use them in our workflows, we could actually start to give you an honest review. I hate to see these people that put out reviews a week the product comes out. I mean, you search on YouTube, you could see all these iPhones and iPads and cameras and all kinds of stuff like that. You see these review videos are like 2 days after the product came out. And how do you really have a chance unless you are a upfront tester, beta tester? Yeah. How do you know what these products do? We really like to give honest reviews, really use these things, beat them up a little bit, and then give you our honest opinion is really what it is. I mean, we're budget amateur photographers, and we know that you're the same. And we know that you need honest reviews because you don't want to waste your money.
But going back to the Washington D.C. documentary film, we're going to be having a blog post, some new galleries, all the pictures we took there, and also just the video itself is going to be a really nice thing.
Yeah. So on the website, when you go and you see the Washington D.C. post in the blog, you'll see, like Mike said, you'll see a video that's going to explain everything that happened down there. The way from soup to nuts, everything that we experienced while we were down there. You'll also see all the galleries and the pictures. You could still view them from the other pages, from the gallery pages and so on. But it's all going to be in one spot so you can see everything together, which is going to be nice. Website related news as well. We're continually refreshing. I think we're getting into website 3.0, and maybe we'll shoot a video on that of what has changed. We're changing a lot of things. I know I'm working behind the scenes to, just fix up a couple of things. And we have a lot of neat, interesting features. Hopefully we'll do a video on that too. So that's industry news, website news. That's it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in our last segment this week, I think we're going to talk about vacation photography. And not so much where to go to take pictures, but in general, we have the summer season coming up. A lot of people are going to start traveling through the spring and then through the summer. And we see this question all the time. You look on the forums, you see a lot of people putting questions up, whether it's on Canon Rumors or other photo forums that I look at, is people asking what gear they're going to take, what gear should they take on vacation, and what do you think about that?
I mean, you want to take the stuff that is going to get the shot that you want. I mean, I know I wanted to take my Rokinon with me on vacation last summer because I wanted to get the nice landscapes of Bermuda, so you got to know what you want to be able to get the shot you want.
And I think that's important too. I mean, you're not vacation's not the time to be planning specific photographic shots. I mean, that's a different trip. But if you're going somewhere special, that there's a shot that you might want to have, or in general something that you want to do, then yeah, specialize your gear for that day. I mean, I know when I go on vacation, I always take if it's somewhere where I know I'm going to be able to lock up my gear, I'm going to take everything, because then that day I'll say, okay, we're going such and such, and then I'll grab the stuff that I need. When we were in Bermuda, I didn't carry my 70 to 200 every day. I promise you that. It was just way too heavy, way too much to be sightseeing with that,
Yeah, it's just not really a lens that you walk around with. I mean,
exactly.
Talking about fast primes, that's something you should probably use on vacation, I would say, because they're light and they're easy to transport with, and they're just really great lenses.
Fast to change out. They're not really long, or they don't have their own separate bags and stuff like that. Different, big hoods on them.
They're not necessarily heavy too.
Exactly, they're not necessarily heavy. They're shorter. They're lighter. All that stuff. In a worst case scenario, your foot focus. I mean, it's a funny term, but that's what you do. I think when we went to Bermuda, I either had the 24 or the 50 on the camera. That's it. It's more because that's the only lenses I had for the 5D Mark III, to use with it. But the 50 and the 35 were perfect lenses for it. I mean, it's just if I needed a tighter shot, I walked closer. If I needed a wider shot, I walked further away. And there's some good pictures from that. So specific lenses, knowing what you're going to take pictures of.
Yeah, I believe that's the same thing. Also, talking about the kit too, is you want to be able to carry light and be able to move around, and you want to be able to do the stuff that you would normally do even if you didn't have a camera. I mean, I know it could weigh you down sometimes because you have like a backpack on, but you want to be able to actually have fun on vacation and let the photos come second, because the photos will come to you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going on vacation, say you're traveling to, I don't know, a wildlife, preservation? Is it the time to be carrying a 1DX and an 800 prime? Probably not. I mean, because you're on vacation with your family, if you're with a family, or you're on vacation, with friends, and you don't want to, let this moment pass by where you're having fun with your friends, just so you can get a picture of, a specific bird at 800 millimeters. That's silly. So if you're going to this specific place for the picture of the bird, that's completely different. Then you're bringing the 1DX, you're bringing a backup camera for when that camera, God forbid, should fail. That'd be horrible. And and backup lenses and all that, because that's the intent. But when you're on vacation, you're trying to have fun. You got little kids with you, you have other family with you, and you have to, like Mike said, you have to let the vacation happen first, and your pictures supplement that. Because what are you going to remember? You're not going to remember that you got that great shot. When you look at your pictures, you're just remembering the time you had, and you want to make sure that you enjoy the time that you're having. So, ideal kit for vacation. What are you bringing with you?
My personal stuff? Well, right now I only have a kit lens and a Rokinon, so that's basically what I would bring. But I have my T5i, and I would probably bring some film cameras just to have. Would you go gripped? Battery grip? Yeah, I probably would, because it's better, because you want to have more battery life on vacation too, which I think is a big thing.
So for me, I'm taking everything as well. It's probably going to be all in the Pelican case, because I could lock the Pelican case and stuff it away in a closet in the hotel. And that day, I'll probably see where we're going.
Pick out what you want.
If I know it's going to be a nice area for portraits, I'm going to bring the 70-200, because there's great focal length for portraits. But if I know I'm going to be walking around the whole day, I'm probably going to bring the 24 and the 50. That's it. Yes, during the day, I'm going to go gripped with the T2i, but at nighttime when we go out to dinner, I'm taking the grip off, because then the camera is really small, really light, and it's a lot easier to hold, when you're walking around with nice clothes on. So know what you're going to be taking pictures of, and plan accordingly. So this has been Monday Show number 9 for April the 1st, 2013. No April Fool's jokes here today. We talked about Canon industry-related news, our website news, and content that's going to be coming up. We also talked about vacation photography.
Taking photos on vacation and having the right kit you want for the right purposes.
If you got any questions about anything in this video, make sure you put it in the comments below. If you'd like to ask us another photography-specific question, go to MetroPhotog.com/contact, where you could fill out the form, and it goes right into our inboxes. Make sure you're subscribed to all the social links and stuff like that.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I actually just put up a Instagram picture yesterday, and we got some feedback on it, which made me really happy.
Go like the Instagram picture right now. Stop what you're doing now. Make sure you're commenting below. Let us know what you like to bring with you when you're on vacation. Are you carrying light? Are you even carrying a point and shoot? A lot of people carry point and shoots instead of DSLR on vacation.
It's a lot lighter. It's a lot easier sometimes. I mean, better for vlogging too if you want to do that sort of stuff.
Great cameras from Canon and Nikon as well. The new Nikon A, I think it is, or the Coolpix A. That's pretty cool. APS-C sensor in that. G1X. I mean, all of these cameras are made for you to be putting in your pocket and to be carrying around. So check out all that stuff. We'll put links in the description below for the Amazon
affiliated links.
Yeah, affiliated links. You could check out all that stuff there. It also helps us out. So check out the website, www.metrophotog.com. Check out all the social links, and we'll see you again next week.